Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be a ZVT between Jaedong and Flash here in Andromeda for your Patreon cast of the week. If you're watching this on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin the week of February the 15th or so, thank you very much for supporting me on that site for at least $1 a month. I really do appreciate it. If you're watching this in March, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm here 5 times a week with Brood War goodness. All right, so top right of Andromeda, we have our Blue Zerg player. He needs no introduction. It is Jaedong. And in the bottom left here, we've got ourselves an orange Terran. It be Flash. Excellent. So very good stuff here today. Got this replay off of Team Liquid as part of a large pack of ZVT matches. Found this one in here. It was mixed in with other ones that I've already cast before. Jaedong versus Flash on Tau Cross, for example, which is like the greatest ZVT of all time, quite possibly. I've cast it a couple times now. I think I did one in the Carbot and one in the irregular skin. I've done it 3 times because I can do it once in the original Brood War, once in the remaster, and then once in Carbot, right? If you want to milk a replay for all that it's worth, I don't think I've done that, though. I think I've done it twice, however. One for the Carbot and one for something else. But anyway, I don't have a lot of ZVT Jaedong games. I have a lot of ZVP Jaedong games. For whatever reason, when he was part of the Hoangsong OZ clan, he played a lot of practice matches against Protoss teammates. We don't really have a lot of his practice matches at all of him against Terrans. So very weird. Very weird we have that kind of a gap in my replay packs. But we've got this one. We've got this one right here. It's ready to rock. I'm very excited to see where we go with this thing. And if it's going to be, you know, a macro style game. And it looks like it's going to be. That's a Hatchet Firster out of Jaedong. And then, okay, so Hatch, Pool, Gas. So not going for crazy fast speedlings, but against a Terran, not really going to work out anyway. And Barracks, you know, Barracks first, walling off this low ground here on Andromeda. Just a fine thing to do. Got a lot of these power generators you can take down and gain access to different parts of the map and kind of mess with your opponent that way, but it takes a long time to take those down, so it's not really an early game strategy to try to make that happen. And actually no gas still here out of Jaedong, which is a little bit surprising. This drone is scouting, like going for a fast third. Because sometimes if there's not a gas here, it's a fast third, but I don't know. We got our center thing that, again, hard to take, hard to hold, but man, he got 2 Vespene geysers and a bunch of minerals here, which is great. And then bunkering up! Flash going for the bunker attack at the natural base because he recognizes the spawning pool isn't done yet. Well, now it is, but is it done in time to save the day here? Is he going to build any... Oh, he's using drones to fight. Drones are very good at fighting against... They're better fighters against Marines than they are against SCVs because SCVs are amazing fighters. But yeah, see, look at these SCVs. They're fighting hard. They're tankier. He's just trying to push this back as much as he can with his drones. He does have a pair of Lings on the way. But once those Marines all die, this is just not happening, right? This bunker's not going to finish. That pair of Lings pops out. And that's a cancel on the bunker, and the SCVs are just going to pop it and see what they're dealing with. The answer is, well, there's Lings out now, so let's just head the Marine home. The SCVs can't fight that really either. You get to stay behind on a suicide mission to see what's going on inside the main base. We're checking to see if there's a base here, and there's not. So this is a minerals-only expansion inside your own main, which does get taken eventually, but usually players want that gas geyser. So their second base, yeah, is that down here on the low ground, which is a little bit harder to defend, but having gas is important. And finally, getting that first extractor here is Jaedong. He lost a bunch of mining time to that attack. He lost a couple drones to that attack. These Lings need to back out. They're outnumbered there. They're pretty good against upgraded Marines, but when they're outnumbered 2-1, it's going to be a bad deal for them. That is just resourcefully not what you want to see if you're a Zergling. So, SCV says, yeah, all right, gas finishes up here about 4 minutes, which means we are a bit a ways from getting a lair. So it just tells him, you know, when do I need to start worrying about lurkers? When do I have to start worrying about mutalisks, which is more likely. Did he scout this third? I'm not sure if he did, but he did get picked off here. But yeah, third base, minerals only location. Zergs do like having that third extractor, especially if they're going mutalisk heavy. So that indicates to me that maybe we're not going to see a ton of mutalisks here, especially considering the second gas is not getting taken yet. But we're skipping metabolic boost to go right into lair, which tells me it is going to be mutalisks rather than anything else it could be here. Academy coming in, getting that stim upgrade is incredible. Getting comstats really good too in case it is a lurker rush, which it definitely could be. And then, Oh, actually going to knock down this generator himself. What does this give him access to? This high ground. I mean, what you do, I guess, want to worry about here, well, if you're in a TVT, tanks setting up here is bad, but also lurkers setting up here. They can spine to the low ground there, so I bet that's what Flash is worried about. And that's why he's going to take those power generators out. I mean, same thing here, honestly. If you've got some lings, it's not a bad idea to get rid of these in case some tanks show up on a dropship and start firing away at your natural. That'd be super annoying to deal with. So, Lair finished, oh, going for a third CC. Oh, no, that's a barracks. I'm a liar. The barracks footprint is so big, it reminds me of the command center footprint, but the resulting, I guess barracks are pretty big compared to command centers, huh? Yeah, fair enough. Alright, so Lair is done. Let's see if we're going to go for a Spire here, or a Hydralisk 10 Spire, in a location that is not super likely to be scanned. Right, ComSats will check this area, maybe check the natural too. Maybe the last place they'll check is this, so that is going to maybe delay Flash's ability to recognize that it is going to be Mutalisks coming, and that second gas has now been taken. So yeah, we're going to have enough gas for about 9 Mutos. The question is, are we going to continue with that or not? Starport coming in. Is Flash going to go for a traditional 6 to 8 barracks play with Science Vessel support? He does like it. He is more effective with it than anybody else, but we have had some victories for sure on the channel with Terrans just trying to mimic this, trying to do what Flash did with just Marines, Firebats, Medics, and Science Vessels. And they're not as good at it as Flash is, because who's as good at anything as Flash is at this strategy? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. So 3 Sunkens coming up because there's a pretty solid push coming in with 2 Medics on support there. Stim is done too. Plus 1 attack's not going to be part of this, but just, again, forcing the Zerg player to make something other than drones at this stage of the game is super important. So yeah, they forced the Sunkens. They don't have to push in there. They did what they needed to do, and now Jaedong is going to go for some Mutalisks. There you go. 9 Mutalisks getting started here at about 7 minutes. Range upgrade for Marines is going to be really important here. This is about when you want to start making your missile turrets. He's got the Academy, or the Engineering Bay, obviously, because he's going for that attack upgrade we saw earlier, but turret production, there it is. Nope, that's a bunker. That's a turret. All right, so turret production is beginning. The timing is impeccable for Flash, because what else would it be when it is for Flash? Who recently, I did hear about this actually from a couple of you subscribers, which is neat. He ran across a hacker on the ladder. It was a PvP, because Flash was playing Protoss out there. And the enemy must have had a money exploit, because just kept throwing infinite numbers of Zealots at Flash. And he's trying to hold on, and he's got Dragoons, and he's microing to within an inch of his life, and he's trying to get Reavers out to deal with these, and eventually he succumbs because, you know, infinite, like, money exploits are too much to overcome even for Flash if the other player is any good at all, which this person was, right? Anyway, it's an amazing game. If you remind me, I'll put a link to it in the description here, and you can go check it out, because it was linked to me on my channel, and I appreciate the people that did. But really incredible stuff. But yeah, I mean, we're getting a Radiate here. It's not going for a crazy number of barracks yet. Another Mutalisk goes down, a couple Marines die, but not sure these guys have necessarily paid for themselves. As far as they're keeping the Terran here inside, there are 3 bases, or 2 bases, rather. It's okay. It's good. And it's allowing Jaedong the time to get this 4th base up while he tries to tech into lurker stuff. And by that, I mean he's going right for a hive. He's not getting... Wow, he's not going lurkers at all. That seems incredibly dicey. Not going lurkers against this strategy of all the Marines known to Terran kind with medic support is rough stuff. God, the Irradiate hot, pretty good split there. Ling's running down, just doing a quick check. Enemy count check. How many are there? A million billion. All right, cool. Well, let's get metabolic boost. We just finished up speed. Maybe he's trying to get into Dark Swarm. Ling Muta can really work here, even if you don't have any lurkers, but it's tough. I'm really shocked Jaedong is not going for lurkers at all here. Yeah, Ling's okay, all right. No, can he clean this out? Okay, that was pretty good. Yeah, a lot of Lings died, but it whittled down that Marine count substantially. Look at him expanding up here, too. Dude, Jaedong. Jaedong is feeling it right now. And then he brings up some more Lings and Mutas and clears this out. He's getting adrenal glands. He's getting +1 attack for his lings. They got +1 carapace already. The mutas have no attack upgrades either. I'm not sure we're planning on sticking with mutalisks forever. This might be more of a crazy Zerg strategy where we get an Ultralisk Cavern here sooner rather than later. And there it is. Ultralisk Cavern is beginning somewhere. Oh, right here in the middle of Nowheresville. Got it. In between the third base and the first base. So this is, yeah, this is basically crazy Zerg in a lot of ways. Just Ling, Ultralisk, some mutas to buy some time early to provide some stuff. And we're not making Mutalisks anymore. We're going to save our gas for those Ultras, and we'll see how Flash handles this. Traditionally, how you want to handle it, at least according to what Artosis says, is you want to get armor up, right? You're getting armor upgrades on your Marines. So they're a little bit tankier, especially against the enemy Adrenalings, which, man, Adrenals, there you go. Adrenal's done. So you're more likely to jump in here when it's complete. Is this bait? Is he like, oh no, don't kill my third base in the top left. Whatever will I do? But really, this is the third base down here? Or maybe he wants both. I don't see why he wouldn't want both. But losing one is worse. Well, not as bad as losing one if you only have one, right? If you got 2 third bases, you have 2 third bases, you're better off. All right, Ling's getting up here. They've got the Adrenal. They've got the +1 attack. Can they save this? Obviously going to kill the drones first. Just trying to kill the hatchery is not guaranteed damage, and then, yeah, you're all dead. Back behind the mineral lines is best positioning you could possibly do, but dang. Crushed it. Some drones died here, but they're getting replaced instantly. Medic corpses litter the ground. Dude, he's expanding here. Jaedong, you monster. Is this just bait too? He's like, yeah, kill this. Please, no. Don't kill this, my 2 basing, actually now 3 basing, Terran Flash opponent. Should we be playing mind games with Flash? That seems insane. Nobody does that. Chitinous plating's on the way. Do we actually have any Ultras out yet? We're just buying time to get upgrades for the Ultras, and then we'll make some Ultras, I guess. Fire Bats. Yes. This is a lot of Fire Bat. Against the Lings, though, but oh my gosh, is it not enough? This is another cleanup. It's another cleanup here from Jaedong. Dude. 4 Ultralisks at a time are in production. Jaedong is on 3 bases, sure. He is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 racks. Hey, hey, hey. But he saved the top left. He saved the bottom right. This gas income is really what matters to him, as you can tell by the gas saturation versus the mineral saturation here. It's a significant difference, obviously. But man, hit that like button if you're enjoying this match. Let the YouTube algorithm know you like this one, because I'm enjoying it immensely, and I'm sure that you are too. Of course, as a Zerg main, I am biased for Jaedong, and Flash is nigh unstoppable, but not unstoppable 100%. Dude, if that Defiler Mound comes in, and this is Ling Muta Ultra with Dark Swarm, that is going to be so hard to deal with here, especially with the macro capabilities. Dude, he's just like, nah, you're not getting across the map. You're not getting to that top left. Everybody's going to die. Yeah, sure. A lot of my Zerglings are going to get killed, but the big point is you can't take down any of my bases. Dude, medic down. They're not able to run away because they can't stem like the Marines can and the Fire Bats can. Anabolic Synthesis coming in. The Ultras are going to be very scary or pursuing in that situation. How much Irradiate do you have available? I'm pretty sure none of the Science Vessels have died today. Maybe one. Maybe one Science Vessel has died today. But there's your Consume. This, I don't want to Caster Curse this thing, but it really feels like Jaedong's got this win. He's at 125 to 122 supply right now, which at 14 minutes and this particular strategy versus this strategy is very good. Again, he effectively got a 3rd and a 4th base very, very quickly. Scourge! They catch 1 Science Vessel. The Ultralisks are on top of the boys here. There is no Dark Swarm, so the Ultras are trying to get ideal situations. The Lings are doing a ton of damage too, though. If it was just Ultras, it'd be much harder, but the Zergling attacks are so fast. That army gets entirely cleaned up. He kept the Science Vessels alive, which is very Flash to do, but it's 122 to 109 supply now, and the only place you have to defend, the only place you live is this. And then suddenly we're looking at Jaedong. Anabolic Synthesis is out. He's got 5 armor on those Ultras. The Irradiate doesn't care about your armor. Oh, that was kind of a waste of a Probably a waste of an Irradiate to kill an Ultralisk who had like 20 HP remaining, right? Yeah, another hatchery coming in here from Jaedong. He's expanding right side 2 at this 3 o'clock. Legs getting researched. I do not see a path forward for this strategy from Flash. I respect him. He's very good at this, but Jaedong was able to get up that extra source of gas very quickly. The attempt to shut it down did not go well, and now Flash is paying the price. Even he is mortal, and he's getting flanked up this backside. Yeah, that hatch dies. I don't think that was even canceled. Trying to hold it here well as he can, and he does. I don't know. Thinking about it. There's the Dark Swarm. That changes the equation every single time a Dark Swarm is popped. It changes how things are working. There's not a Dark Swarm on this ramp, so that Ultra's going to die. Science Vessel gets taken down. Ultralisk dead. And actually, Flash taking this 9 o'clock base. Hold on. Hold your horses. Marine Army heading right to this top left is virtually undefended now. And there is an Ultralisk up here, but he's by himself. The hatch is going to die. Engagement on the right side is getting intercepted, though, by Zerglings, Ultralisks. And Zerglings and Ultralisks. Dude, this game's crazy. So, yes, he does kill the top left hatch, but more of his stuff dies. It's 135 to 115 supply. Marine checking to see if this 3 o'clock base exists, and it does. And they end up getting about 4 kills there, which is great. That Ultralisk is running on 8, though, and yeah, these Marines are just not having the time of their lives at all. Ow. Ow. Cleaved in half by the tusks of the Ultralisk. Left side base, utterly undefended too. Must be lifted up. Flashes forth. Nope. Evacuate. Evacuate. Lift off. Run. So the SCVs aren't dying because they're fast. And Ultras are kind of stupid. They're melee units. That explains a lot, right? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, killing this base, you might be able to kill this base, but what does it even matter in the long run of things here? Rest in peace, medics. Rest in peace, Marines. Yeah, Adrenal just makes this so much easier for Zerglings to handle this kind of thing. 148 to 116 supply. I mean, we are looking at some absolutely, positively brutal outcomes for Flash right now. He's continuing to do what he can do. He can't transition into mech at this point. He doesn't have the window available to him. That is so many Ultralisks. This is even without Dark Swarm, and that's it. Flash leaves the game. And Jaedong is your winner in 17 minutes and 58 seconds. An absolutely sick display here from the Zerg player. This is one of the better games that Jaedong has ever played, I feel like. He took the gamble, double expanding, bottom right, top left, recognizing that Flash really wouldn't be able to shut them both down. And in fact, he wasn't able to shut either of them down. He's able to get out with enough Lings and Mutas to kind of deal with it, kind of pins the army against this wall, and then deals with it up here behind the mineral line too, keeps that hatch alive. It does die later, but it stays alive for the most important section of the game, right? Right. Absolutely, positively, yes. So, just, man, Jaedong really never got pushed all that hard. There was that one feint, but, I mean, getting through 3 Sunkens with that army was not going to happen. Flash accomplished what he could there. Got the 3rd base rolling. The 4th base got rolling for not long enough to really fund what he needed to do here. And keeping Science Vessels alive, he did that pretty effectively too. But man, this Scourge group is going to take those down for sure. And then, yeah, little minor victories, taking that top left hatch down, right? Getting some work done down here too, but this hatch doesn't even die. Some more drones die down here too, but it's still 67 workers for Flash, or for Jaedong, jeez. Drones for Jaedong. And that's it. I mean, there's just no drops in the main, no pushes on anything other than one of his bases. And if you can just avoid getting pushed on any more than one of your bases, you're gonna have a pretty good time, even if you're playing it against Flash. So 125,000 points for Jaedong, 104 for Flash here. Units produced is 412 to 345. Zerg player had the advantage, plus he killed more as well, so that's why the math works out for him. And then resources just completely outspent. Jaedong 39 to 34,000 resources. 5,000 resource difference in 17 minutes. We've talked about that a lot. That is definitely enough. and GG. So that is absolutely beautifully, fantastically well executed. And that's going to be it for me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and a ZVT featuring Flash and Jaedong for the Patreon cast of the week. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all / Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.